Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm here to give you guys my Fear the Walking Dead Season 4, Episode 16, the season finale review. And this episode is called I Lose Myself. Because, this is a reference to Morgan's quote when he was interviewed by Althea. And he said, I lose people and then I lose myself. So there's that. And this episode came out on September 30th, 2018. And I gotta say, what a disappointing season finale to the this season. I thought it was very disappointing. I really didn't enjoy it all that much. I thought it was pretty boring. There were elements I liked in this season, but I overall thought it was very disappointing. And the end of the season, um, I feel like they have pretty much forever missed out on an opportunity that while they'll probably end up doing it again, um, I feel like when they do it, I don't know. I'll get into what I mean um, in a second. Um, but yeah, let's start off by talking about this episode. So the episode starts off with Althea, and she's escaped from the hospital, but pretty much has no way to escape. She tries to radio into everybody, and then she finds this ambulance van that's just filled with cameras and stuff like that. So she takes them. She ends up killing one of the walkers, and then she comes in face to face with Martha. And Althea wants to beat Martha up because um, obviously um, she stole a truck, but um, Martha says that she actually likes Althea. Um, and wants Althea pretty much to give her a message. So she goes to attack Althea, but then um, she ends up killing the walker, reanimated Jim, or at least shooting him in the throat. And then Martha knocks out Althea because she didn't want to give the message originally. I thought the scene was fine. And then when it comes back, um, Althea comes to, and she's just back with everybody else. So we weren't really supposed to know what was to come of that. That kind of didn't really make any sense. And Malta left a message on Althea's camera telling Morgan that they're gonna meet face to face, and now she's stronger and can meet Morgan face to face and can bring the real Morgan out of him. So Morgan tells them that they're going to Alexandria, but privately he tells John that he wants to go help Martha because um, he feels like that it's the right thing to do. Um, and pretty much John doesn't want him to go um, because Martha's like some fish that can't get caught no matter how much bait you throw in front of them. So pretty much he's saying that no matter how many times you try to help Martha, she just isn't going to accept her help. Well, his help. So John says that they're going to wait at one of the truck stops, and um, if they're going to come look for him if he's not back within a couple of days. Morgan tried to get him to go to Alexandria. He gave him the instructions, but obviously John didn't want to go and said all that stuff. And then Morgan radios into Martha, telling him he's going to go look for her, and she tells him where to meet. And then Morgan finds her and puts her in the back of a police car, and she's back at the accident, where her husband died, and um, Althea and everybody else are back at the truck stop, and Althea is about to kill a couple of walkers, and Luciana, Strand, and um, Alicia are all happy because they're gonna go finally to a new community like Alexandria. Um, and when Althea goes to kill the walkers, she collapses, and we're supposed to be left wondering what the hell is going on. So what ends up happening is Morgan takes the person back. He does find Martha, and he takes her back. And Martha doesn't accept Morgan's help. She tries to escape, and Martha reveals that the person that the situations that happened with her husband. And Morgan said that it's not her fault that nobody stopped, that you couldn't help her. You did everything that you could. And then June radios in on the radio, revealing that they're all sick. So they want Morgan to hurry back. Morgan hurries back, but what ends up happening is um, Martha pretends like she is feeling the effects from the wound, so Morgan goes to give her some pills. Um, and Martha pulls his arm through the window and causes Morgan to crash the car. And she writes, "I lose people and I lose myself" on his forehead, which I thought made sense because that's his words. And pretty much Martha's going to force Morgan to either kill her or she's going to kill him. Um, and then we find out that the water's been poisoned by Martha. Obviously, we knew that because we saw that forever episodes ago. I think it was season 4, episode 13. So, um, Morgan has no way, pretty much, of getting the information because he's got like a knife stabbed through him. So what he does is, um, Martha wants to bring the old Morgan back out, so he almost kills her. And I did like how Martha was saying that, um, he wanted to bring the old Morgan out, and Morgan was trying to bring, you know, the old her out. So what ends up happening is, he takes the knife out of his leg and um, attacks Martha, but doesn't kill her. He thinks about it, but then he doesn't, and then he chains her. He handcuffs her to the police car and goes to try to get a better signal so he can tell June and everybody that it's antifreeze. And when he finally does, he tells them that it's antifreeze, so they have to get um, Anthol, which is pretty much alcohol, to get the cure. Um, so everybody goes to go out and do it. They have to kill wanderers / infected on the way, and there's just so many walkers and infected that Althea takes a SWAT truck and shoots everybody, and um, this causes the truck to get destroyed, and they can't get any of the alcohol. So June reveals that they're pretty much not going to make it. Um, and Morgan doesn't want them to make it because then he feels like he's just going to go back to what he was like at the end of season 8 of The Walking Dead. So Morgan just comes back with the alcohol, and they kill themselves. Then he goes and finds Martha, who's been reanimated, and kills her. And we find out that they're actually not going to go to Alexandria. They're going to start helping people themselves because Clayton, who was actually Polar Bear, which obviously we knew that. They go to like the original stopping place of the trucks, which is called the something. He goes to the factory, and they're gonna mimic Alicia's mother's Madison's vision, and pretty much do what they did and find everybody from um, what's her name Althea's videotapes, and then that's pretty much how the season ends. And yeah, you can tell I really didn't put a whole lot of effort into reviewing this episode. I didn't really think it was all that good. I did like the stuff that like went on with Morgan and stuff, but um I just didn't really think it was a very good season finale. I thought it was very disappointing. Um just because we were meant to build suspense of like half the cast being killed off, mainly the whole cast being killed off, and we knew that wasn't going to happen. And I feel like they've missed an opportunity now for to do a proper crossover. I know they technically did it because Morgan, you know, left the group in the first episode, but they've forever missed the opportunity to do a season finale, like a big crossover episode with the Walking Dead cast and the Fear the Walking Dead cast. Um, I think they did anyways, because it would have made sense. Morgan wants to go back to Alexandria, and he brings back all of the Fear the Walking Dead cast, and I think it would have been really damn cool to see him, some of these people interact with the Walking Dead cast, and I could literally name a lot of people, um, that you could have had them interact with, and I feel like they missed the opportunity with that. They still could do it, but I just feel like it's not going to be as big of a deal then. Um, and I feel like they've kind of missed the boat. Like this, they don't really have a storyline to do that with now. Because Morgan was pretty much the way to get that to happen because he wanted to go back to Alexandria, and now they don't have a way for that to happen. So I thought that was pretty stupid. I do gotta say though, I do like Morgan in a main character role. I did say that enough, a lot. I feel like his characteristics and the way he's very heroic makes sense for him to be a main character. So I thought that made sense. Um, and him transitioning into this role, I think, was very well done throughout the season. Because pretty much he was this way. Obviously, he wasn't this way really until the mid-season finale because that's when Madison was killed off. But feel like overall he was this way. But as for what I'm going to give this episode, I didn't think it was really that good, so I'm going to give it the big D. Um, just because it was very disappointing. Um, and I just thought they forever missed a they pretty much can't really do a proper Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead crossover now because it's been ruined. Because pretty much, obviously the next season, which is the current season that's going on right now with the Walking Dead, it's gonna be all messed up because um, Rick's being killed. Well, we don't really know what's gonna happen to Rick, but Rick's being written off. Maggie's gonna be gone, and gonna have a 2-year time jump. So I just feel like they've missed the opportunity to do a proper crossover. And I have a feeling that The Walking Dead isn't gonna discuss at all. Um, you know, um, they're not gonna discuss at all that storm that took place, and I feel like that was kind of a missed opportunity. But whatever. That's my thoughts on this episode. I'm not really going to spend too much time talking about it. As for what I thought of the season overall, I thought it was kind of a mixed bag. I thought the first half of the season, episodes 1 through 8, were great. I thought the first half of the season was great with Morgan transitioning into the group, his interaction that he had with Nick, and obviously you got to see Madison build the stadium. Um, and they had obviously they had a 2-year time jump because um, the um, zombies updated and stuff like that. And then you had I Nick's getting killed off. The actual killed off itself, if you look at it in a box without looking at it, the outside aspects of it, I thought was very well done. I did like the vultures. I liked that group, and then I liked what else did I like? Yeah, I liked the first half of the season. I thought it was done very well. I thought it was a great season. Even though I'm not a huge fan of Madison being killed off, I will say the way she was written to be killed off, I thought was very heroic and very good. Um, but then obviously, um, I feel like the the second half of the season is where it kind of jumped the shark. Um, while it would still have good episodes, I just feel like it really I don't know. I just felt like something was kind of off about the second half of the season. Um, and you could really say that about the whole season, but yeah, I did hear that it had new writers, and I feel like they really kind of dropped the ball in a way with this season. So if I had to give this season a rating, a lot of people are completely crapping on this season. Because when I've been reading the reviews, everybody says, "Oh, they're dropping the ball with this season." I don't think it was that bad of a season. Um, if you were to ask me, I would say this is definitely a huge step down from season 3, where every episode pretty much, um, while it wasn't like an amazing episode, was a must see. Um, I gotta say this was a pretty big step down. Um, I thought the first season was good. I thought the first half was good, but then the second half kind of um, was all right. So I thought it was an all right season. I'm gonna give it a C. I thought it was an okay season. They did pick. I did hear they picked this up for a season 5, and yeah, I'm really worried about what season 5 is gonna look like because um, some of the negatives that came out of the season is that we didn't at the end we didn't have Madison and Nick because to carry it because they and Morgan as well, but Madison and Nick, you could definitely feel that they're off the show because their loss is the deaths are definitely felt because um yeah, and the actor that plays Madison, Kim Dickens, um actually was pretty disappointed herself when she was killed off. Um I don't actually have the exact quote. I found it a few days ago. Um I did find it. I'm gonna read her exact quote of what because I did find it like about a day or so ago. So I'm just gonna read it. Um, I went on. When I went in and met with the showrunners and the producers, and they told me the changes they saw and the arc they wanted to play out, and that the first half of the season would end with Madison's demise. It was written in It's ultimately up to the producers and the writers. It was a shock and a huge disappointment to me, but it was already laid out. I felt like Madison had more story to tell and more road to travel. She could have gone in crazy directions. She could have become a villain, which I actually would kind of like to see at some point, like where one of the main characters actually becomes a villain in the end. I was ready to do anything to go further and deeper with her. So was I satisfied with the story? I thought her demise with a beautiful sacrificial moment was a beautiful sacrificial moment, but I would be I would have envisioned a different death, which I could agree with that, and I thought the episode in that moment was beautiful. I did, but it surprised me that that's the way it happened. Um which I agree with pretty much. Um it does kind of suck that Madison and Nick pretty much are going to be pretty much are going to be gone next season. So, um, I do think though, you did have some really good characters in this episode. In this season, you had June, you had John. I thought he was awesome this season. Obviously, you can't go on with Strand and Alicia. Althea was fine. Charlie was all right. Um, and Window and Sarah. Sarah really not so much, but I think Window can have his funny moments. But I definitely think Morgan's characterization throughout the show was awesome. I'm glad he came back to, obviously he he had a big character development because he started with somebody that didn't want to be around people. Not like when he was like crazy killing people, but where he felt like that he needed to be away from people, and you could just kind of see that slowly he started to find his way back, and he's pretty much taken lead of the group. But yeah, it is going to be disappointing that we're not going to get a proper Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead like crossover. I know technically we got it with the beginning of the season, but um, I can't really say that was really a crossover per se, just because of the fact that um, Morgan was involved, and the characters of the Walking Dead, other than Morgan, didn't have any um, interaction with the Fear the Walking Dead cast. Like you did see Rick interacting with Madison. I'm just using that as an example. So yeah, that was interesting. But that's pretty much all I have to say about this season. Like I said, I thought it was an alright season. I'm gonna give it a C. As for what people thought of this episode, um, Tomatoes gave it a 68%, and it got an average rating of 4.7 out of 10, which is not good. Out of 9 reviews, it got 6 fresh and 3 rotten. And um, a lot of people on IMDb didn't like it. It got a um, 6.5 out of 10. So pretty much it didn't. This is kind of one that, for once, IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes kind of agreed with. So yeah, we have to wait and see what happens in the next season. I will watch the next season. Hopefully that will be a little bit better than this season. So yeah, but that's pretty much the end of my Fear the Walking Dead reviews. In this video, um, whenever Fear the Walking Dead comes back, I'll try to watch it again and review it. I'll try to do more of a weekly reviews, so that way I'm not doing it all in one day. Um, because I would like to do a weekly review. So we'll have to wait and see. I will now that I finished Fear the Walking Dead season 4, I will be starting the Walking Dead review series. I'm not gonna start it right away. I have it recorded on my DVO, but I'm probably gonna take a couple of days off from the zombie apocalyptic shows and do other stuff. But I probably will start doing those reviews Sunday, and then obviously, hopefully, can finish that out um, around sometime next Friday. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Um, Thank you guys for watching this video. Please make sure you guys like, comment, and share this video so people will watch it. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel for more content and click on the bell. So that way every time I upload a video, you guys get the notifications for it. Make sure you guys do the same thing for my CM Brothers YouTube channel. That's pretty much it, guys. Talk to you later.